I'm going to go through this. I don't really even remember. I know I had to take out a huge chunk of pictures, or I asked him to start an hour later, so I figured I'd get rid of that huge chunk of pictures. When I started this project, I thought I only had about 20 or 30 to go through. Yeah. Hundreds. So this is what he's talking about. And as you can see, the pastor has always been a praying man. He is a man of integrity, and he always seeks God. And this was his first office in our home. The resurrection was the first service that we had, and we had it in our home. Go ahead.
We had 23 people at our first
I don't know if there were that many.
Yeah, I had it here. That's what I had.
Oh, okay.
Okay, whatever you
say.
He
would know. He would know.
Actually, we started in January with a Bible study, and we had 14 people there. Mm-hmm. And then in a Resurrection Sunday, a few months later, we had our first service, and I think that we had 23. Mm-hmm. And the second week, we didn't have that many. You know, I guess it wasn't that good, but we had some that stayed. You
can see some people in there, yes, that have been
Who
there
is that boy?
Now, we moved the services to a second home because we outgrew our living room. But as you know, we did have a fellowship meal together. That was our first children's ministry room.
Woo, that's awesome.
I get his passion has always been a part of him.
I'm probably crying there. I probably am. Yeah.
This is the living room. You can see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, by the way, if you'll keep that for me for just a moment, go back to that other one. Go back one.
Who's that handsome man?
Who's that handsome man? One more. They were not Mr. and Mrs. Sherrod at that point. I just wanted to bring that to you. They were our first.
No, actually, they were second.
Oh, no, from he. Oh, no.
Yeah.
We had our first wedding ceremony.
Let's see.
Who's going to give it to you?
Oh, somewhere. What is it?
She knows. She can tell you. Next.
No, but they were the second wedding. They got married in the January 3rd, and it was like freezing outside. And not only did they get married, but they wanted to be baptized in the pool.
And we baptized them.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
You can see some who have been with us all along.
Now wait. Who have been with us from the beginning? It's been the Alexanders.
They'll be coming up.
Oh, okay. All right. That's my mom right there. Hey, Mom. What's up? Hey, who's that good-looking guy?
That's my dad.
That's who? That's our first Christmas party.
Yeah.
You can see. Some things never change.
All right.
That's Kelby. That was the building that the Lord brought to us and said, this is what I'm giving you.
Notice the grass. It looks pretty bad. Our flower bed doesn't look too good right now, but okay.
And they said, this church is leaving and it no longer exists. Would you like the building? I wish I had the time to have shown you all the pictures of what that looked like before, because the outside looks much better than it did on the inside. But you can see some of the work that went into it. When we finally got our sign up, and this is what it looks like, much better now, or the most recent one I had. And this was our first birthday. And we had leftover cake, just so that you know that
we're eating some today.
His new office, our Christmas here. Look, that's where you're in right now. We've had some changes. And now this was the part that I spent a lot of time in, because it just meant so much to my heart. Our baptisms. The first baptism we went and rented a pool from a community. Go ahead. And we had a very special family be baptized there. And they were there. You weren't then and you're not now. And then we went to a different pool that someone said, you don't have to rent it, you can just come here. Those are the people who were baptized at that second baptism. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
That was July 20th.
It was warm that day.
Yeah, that wasn't in a long time.
And the people, you'll start seeing familiar faces, and you'll also start seeing AJ has always been faithful at the grill. I couldn't believe how many pictures.
That's because he
we
likes
had
to
of him.
eat. Yeah.
And Linda's as beautiful as always. Bobby. Steve.
Steve Malloy.
He was there. Been there for a while. This is all from that first baptism. That was the second one. And then we finally realized we could borrow a place, a baptismal that we could bring here. And so this was our first one here. And you can see them. Go ahead. Go ahead. And Jeffrey. Yes. And we had a little bit of a larger crowd. This was the next one. We brought it inside because I think it was a little bit cooler then. And we had some special people, very special people, being baptized. Very good, yes. Are you getting slides, Steve? And this is, yes. I'm missing a couple in between there. I don't have the pictures. So if you have pictures of baptisms, please send them to me. I didn't have them in my group of pictures that I have from here. But isn't that special? Then we just go out and tear it up and have fun. Yeah. We always, like we began, wanted food. That was our first. You remember Dave and Ann Lorraine, First Praise and Worship? There's Dave with their son and Preston, and Lorraine with Preston.
Yeah.
And then there's Tavarius.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when he was leaving. And that was the only picture I had of Walter and Christy. We need one here now of Christian, yes? Just the people. This is our fellowship time. Now that's the fun group. They drink together.
And what is that picture going to be in like 30 years, you know? That's awesome.
And the cleanup crew, faithful. Community outreach. How many of you did the Boomin' by the Bay with us? That was a loud event, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And this was when we went down to Galveston to feed the hungry. And that was done on several occasions as well. And now we just have random shots because that was as far as I could stay awake. We don't want an explanation on that one.
Leave it out. Let me take a picture. That was. Steve.
They're thinking it through, aren't they?
Yeah. Chopping it
That
up.
was the youth group, the second team to lead the youth group. If y'all remember Chris and Mandy Mishaw, and they ended up moving towards Dallas. That's Karen giving us a demonstration on hula hooping. Face painting. We had our guest, remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember our guest, Kirk Whalen?
I played with Kirk Whalen. Awesome. Okay, so it was like for a minute and a half.
The thing that I remember about Kirk being here, if you could go back one, please. You go back to that one where he's at the drums. No? Back two. Yeah, right there. Kirk is experiencing something he told us later he had never experienced. But right there, he felt so the presence of God that he got a word. But he's the pastor's son. And when he came here and there was the preaching going on, he just back there just collapsed. We were really fortunate to have him. We were praying that we would have him again, but they didn't invite him back to the jazz festival. We just need to invite him here. Yeah. That's our crew. That group of women, that's called our special ops. They are the ones who come in here and pray over every chair every week. Dominic. Outreach again, Julia working engine. Wayne working engine. Moving by the Bay. Adam worshiping. Fox family. Y'all remember those, right? This is just over the years. Now, if you'll take note, look at the color of the building behind Michelle. So you can tell that this was a few years ago.
Let me say something about that. When we first moved into this building, I asked the landlord if we could repaint, and he said, "Yeah, if you want to paint, buy the paint." You know, I'm like, okay. So we worked, man. We worked hard, and we did a lot of upgrades to the outside, the inside, and so it began at the beginning, you know, where we were really just going at it. So there was a lot of people that really contributed and helped in all of that.
Is the next slide the last slide? Oh, okay. No, we got more. We have plenty more. Okay, keep going. Keep going. Again, guess where AJ is? Oh, yeah, he's at the grill.
Don't touch my hot dog.
We'll just buzz through these. You can recognize the faces. You can see no, this was an event we had out at a park.
Yeah.
Booming by the Bay.
Yeah, that was Booming by the Bay.
That water was good.
Nice.
And as I said, a lot of these.
Where's the caption on that one?
Hey, I don't know.
He was at Booming at the Bay. He was just letting us know it was cold.
Awesome, like, Pastor.
Oh, that should have been up there with baptism. I'm telling you, it was a crazy night. You look, no tents. Aren't you glad we improved? That was that girl I was just talking to you about. Now this is where AJ expends his team.
Hey, we fine. See, I'm not the grill.
Humble beginnings. David Crowder. And this was from the last time. Very good. Prayer. And that's the prayer circle. Which is how, and like I said, there's many more. And next time the pastor asks me, I'm going to start a week ahead. And make sure that they're in the order. And because some of you say, oh, I didn't see me. Well, that's because I didn't get to you in time. But we're going to be snapping shots again today, so you'll make it in.
Everybody smile.
Everybody smile. Amen. But you know what I see in the pictures is not only a progress of things that we have been able to build on, not just the building, not just the stuff outside that makes going outside more comfortable. What I really see is the building of the people and their relationship with the Lord and with each other. And that's what the important part is. In prayer, in support, in encouragement, in fellowship, in living it. Right through, Pastor.
Wow. Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. You can take that. I wanted to just say a couple more things. We began our services in April of 2009. In March of 2009, we began to give internationally. And we began, you guys, this church has always been a gracious, generous, giving church, and that continues today. But that's where it began. And so there's this culture that we have here of you giving of your time, your talents, and your treasure. And I'm so thankful for all that you guys do. I mean, it's amazing what this little church in Kemah, Texas is doing and what God is doing through us. I feel like Gideon's army, that's too many. Just take a handful of people and because it's the power of God working through our lives touching and changing a lost and dying world, not only in this community, but across the world. And we're here today to celebrate and thank God for what he's done, what he's doing, and what he's going to do. And I'm telling you guys, saddle up, man. You better buckle up because it's fixing to take off. And so continue to be in prayer and continue to be teachable, humble, and obedient. Teachable, humble, and obedient. Because when we have those characteristics in our lives, God will use us in a tremendous way.